Have you ever cried while watching a movie? I have never been a person to cry while watching a movie. This surprises me because I cry all the time. When I go through hardships, when I think of my family, or listen to sad music, I get broken up about all sorts of things. However, in a movie, I cannot shed a tear. I've watched some very powerful movies. I really like The Martian and Good Will Hunting, and there are some good horror movies out there. None of them really make me cry. I believe this is because how much time I get to spend with a character before their inevitable downfall. Like in the movie Extraction, starring Chris Hemsworth, I did not find the character's death to be impactful, since all I saw him do was shoot and kill people and never be nice or caring. I think the nicest thing he did was put a bag over a kid's head so that the kidnapping wouldn't be so traumatic, I guess. When I'm only given 40 minutes to associate feelings with a character in a story, it is hard to take their trauma and sadness and feel it in my heart. Long-form content usually makes me feel really strongly. The TV show House MD made me cry. Psych made me interested in Sean's improvement as a human being. Breaking Bad was exhilarating and made very mundane and regular people into heart-wrenching pieces in a spectacular play. The hardest I've cried has been for anime and manga. The story Genkaku Picasso made me break down into tears in the way they discuss the idea of your unspoken trauma being something that can affect you later in your life. The bombastic and larger-than-life tale of a boy from a hole in the ground called Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann genuinely made me cry from its character interactions and the emotion put into the last couple episodes. The anime One Piece has made me cry on multiple occasions from how serious the tone can get from its usually goofy attitude. Chopper's trauma of losing his father figure was a devastating blow every time I watched it. And entering Skypiea with the original soundtrack of the anime right behind as they crest over the clouds is a scene where the tears just start welling up in the corner of my eye. I could recount so many moments of being emotionally moved by shows and manga. However, doing all that would not register for you, the viewer. You couldn't possibly get the context from just a couple words in a YouTube video. I can't make you cry with this video because it's not linked together and doesn't go to should give a damn about me. Watching something for hours on ends or cumulative days without a doubt will make you cry when something important happens. To expect someone to break down during a movie when the viewer may have forgotten why characters are doing what they're doing is a task without reward. But now, I don't have time to watch all of Drum Island Arc in one sitting. I don't feel like doing that. I can't actually remember the last time a piece of media made me laugh from my belly until it hurt. I've definitely read a comic strip that made me chuckle, or looked at a meme that made me exhale out of my nose. The most inspiring media for me is usually music. Have you ever listened to an album in its entirety? One of my favorite albums of all time is The Human Condition by Jon Bellion. Although it does not have a theme or leitmotif that really stands out to me, I have listened to the album over 80 times. In the last song of the album, Hand of God, there are incredible musical moments that blow me away. The song changes over and over. In 5 minutes and 38 seconds, there's the piano, there's strings, there's a choir, there's a vocalist, and they work together. Sometimes they're just by themselves. Sometimes there's just disparate moments of silence. But yet, when all those things come together and the vocalist says, "Your life is the hand of God," although I'm not religious, I feel shivers go down my spine. It confines me how an hour of a film can struggle to make me flinch, but half a song can tear me a new one. Since I'm always looking for something to distract me from real life, the fact that something can touch me so deeply, but only last 5 minutes, is devastating. I really want a 90-minute movie to make me cry, but I don't know if it's out there. And if you're anything like me, it might be possible that you only cry if you are really sad and purposefully put on content to make you feel something, anything. And I'm not sure if there's anything wrong with that. I don't play a lot of video games, but playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild says a lot about media today. Like in the Uncharted games, there's a strong main narrative that you play through the game and you follow these characters and you get them to the end of their story. In The Legend of Zelda, you get to interact with the pictures you take or the pictures that are found in the game. There are cutscenes that explain more about the world. There are dedicated boss fights that you have to interact with. Everywhere you go in the game, there's an attempt to make you engage and see the world and dig into it. It is like movies believe, since you've already bought your movie ticket, that you are there for good. Like, you won't leave your seat. There's not much of a reason for me to lean in and pay close attention to what's going on. I try every time, which is frustrating when you just sit there and want to see Chekhov's gun or to analyze. But then all it is just disparate ideas that don't really mean anything. People cracking dumb jokes that are empty and don't have the right timing. Which is frustrating when by the end of the film, they try to make this spiderweb of ideas that the movie doesn't even make sense at the end. And yeah, I'm talking about A24, and I'm dying on this hill. Go watch the animated movie Spies in Disguise. Go watch Elemental by Disney. I'm just padding out my time right now. Go back to something that you used to love as a kid, or find a movie that you like and then look for the director and follow that director as if there's no one else on the world that makes movies. Because how else are you gonna find that piece that speaks to you in every which way, that makes you feel like you're a bug in a box that's being shaken by a small child? I think you deserve to feel something when you watch something. I think you should feel something. I hope you go find it. I need to add 30 more seconds to this video. So I'm going to talk about the aquarium I put together. I bought a kit that came with a filter and a lamp, but the fucking heater is really shitty. So I'm going to get a new one as soon as I can, as well as a new thermometer, so I can actually record the heat of my fucking aquarium. And I have some live plants in there, but I'm hoping that I don't need new lights so that they grow better. I really hope that they can just grow good on their own. So please watch my videos so I can afford to have fish.